Hello everybody, I'm DaveChaos and welcome to my review video of Eurocom's latest laptop called the Racer 3.0, and this has got a Haswell chip in it, so let's take a look at this thing. So as you can see, this laptop is pretty damn bulky, and it weighs in at a whopping 3.3 kilograms, and at its thickest point it's 45 millimeters. And it's by no means a pretty thing to look at, but it is a beast. It's a workhorse. So let's have a look at the different ports that you get available on this thing. So we've got an IEEE port, we've got your Ethernet port, you've got two USB 3.0 ports, an eSATA port, and of course a memory card reader slot. On the other side you'll see that we've got a DVD writer with Blu-ray reader disc, which is nice. Then we've got all the ports for like headphones, speakers, microphones. And you also got a standard USB 2.0 port there. And on the back of the laptop you've got yourself a display port, a HDMI port, and a mini screen port, and as well as your power supply ports. So that's it for all the available ports that are on here. Let's open her up and have a look. So as you can see, you've got your touchpad sensor, as well as a fingerprint recognition sensor for locking it quite securely, of course. Then you've got your keypad, which has WASD arrows for those of you who are gamers, which is just a very, very small little feature. You've got indicator lights for when the PC is locked, things like that. Hard drive usability when it's in airplane mode as well. On the underside of the laptop you'll see that we've got the built-in speakers, which you'll see right there, all the vents for the fans and whatnot, and plenty of rubber feet as well. We've got a total of 6 rubber feet there, and the ones at the rear are quite hefty as well, so that's pretty sturdy when it's on the table. So let's get down to nitty-gritty specs. We've got a spec list as follows. It's got a 15.6 inch full HD matte display with a 1920 by 1080 pixel resolution, and of course an Intel Core i7-4800 processor, which of course is the Haswell. It's clocked at 2.7 GHz, which is overclockable to about 3.7 GHz, which is quite nice. It's got a 6 meg cache. Also comes with 16 gigabytes of RAM, which are arranged in 4 slots, which is good for upgradability. The graphics card is an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 780M with 4 gigabytes of GDDR5 memory, which is pretty tasty. It comes with a 120 gig mSATA SSD, which is nice to see, and it's also backed up by a 1 terabyte disk drive, which is clocked at 72 RPM, which is again really handy as well. It's similar to the sort of setup I have on my desktop PC. It has a 2 megapixel webcam built in. Again, the DVD writer, it's got built-in Bluetooth 4.0. Again, like you saw on the underside, it has a mini subwoofer built in, and it uses Creative Labs Sound Blaster X-Fi MB3 for the audio quality. And for the battery, it's got an 8-cell battery and a 180 watt power supply unit. This particular one comes with Windows 7 Professional, although you can choose for different OS. You can upgrade to Windows 8 Pro if you like. But of course, when you order this thing, you can change different features of the laptop, but of course that will push up the price. So we've run a few benchmark tests on it, and we'll display those on the screen now. So here are the 3D Mark results. For Firestrike we got 2.1, 3D Mark we got a 7.9, and for Vantage we got 32.3. So here is the ATTO results for the hard drives. For the mechanical drive we got a read speed of 139 megabits per second, and for the write speed we got 134 megabits per second, which is pretty standard for a mechanical drive of this state. For the solid state drive we got considerably more, as you would expect. A read speed of 526 megs per second and a write speed of 202, which isn't too bad. And then we'll move on to FPS tests. I tested Bioshock on there, so we got an average of 76 frames a maximum of 102 and a minimum of 47. I would like to have seen it above 60 for the minimum, but unfortunately we got a 47. We fared a bit better with Dishonored, with it being a slightly older game. We got an average of 130 frames per second, a maximum of 132 and a minimum of 122, which is pretty all round good, but the game is over a year old now. So there we have it for the test results. Alright, so there we have it. That was the Eurocom Racer 3.0. It's a pretty ugly laptop, there's no denying it. It's not like, you know, your super thin ones that you see nowadays. But it does have the components in there to be quite a beastie machine, especially with the new Haswell Intel chip. So I am going to give this a Hardware Heaven recommended. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.